I'm going to say the same old thing is simplify things. Your plate should look like a rainbow. Eat your fruits, eat your vegetables.
Or an Indradhanush, your favorite word.
Yeah. If you're a woman, fat is essential. Good fats is what runs and makes our hormones. I don't think supplements are overrated, and I keep saying it that they are still supplements. They don't replace food. If you ask me, I do believe that you should eat with the sun. When the sun rises, your digestive fire is high, so you can digest better. And when the sun is setting, you try to switch off your own body as well.
I'm a bit emotional right now.
Oh, so sweet.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm going to indulge into some emotional eating after this.
No.
Welcome to the fourth and the final episode of the Health Hustle Season 2, where we make your health worries hassle-free. And joining me, like always, is our health expert. She's, of course, an integrative health coach and a sports nutritionist, Nicole Linhares Kedia, who's joining us. And well, this episode is called Steal Their Plate. Well, Joey doesn't share food, but Nicole is going to be spilling the secrets about the diets of leading celebrities and sports entities. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Nicole, let's do this. The
One
final
last
countdown.
time.
Yes, absolutely.
Done.
Okay, since this episode is called Steal Their Plate, what's that one celebrity habit that a normal person like me could copy? What would that be?
I mean, it's going to sound boring, but the one thing that you could copy is, of course, discipline, hard work, and not to sound, just to make it funny, the art of saying no.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just, being locked in.
Yeah, just being locked in, knowing what your what your real focus is. They just know how to do it. They know how to switch off, they know how to disconnect, and they know how to focus on the bigger picture. And I feel like somewhere down the line, we tend to forget that and we slip away. So how you dial yourself back in is something that I've honestly learned from every celebrity and every athlete that I've worked with. I know I do help them create their ecosystem and with their nutrition, but I've learned so much from them, and this being my biggest takeaway.
Wow, that's so beautifully explained. Let me ask you, what's the worst thing that one should adapt or copy from any celebrity?
No, but actually that's a very good question. The one thing that you shouldn't copy is how they eat or copying their diet, because their diet is planned and framed and structured according to their output, their training demands, their metabolic rates, their schedule and their shoot. What we tend to do is obviously look at what they are doing and try to integrate that in our lifestyle, which is somewhere some things are good to copy, but some things we have to understand that most of us have desk jobs and we don't have that kind of output. So if you're copying and if you're going to have the same food that they eat plus your lifestyle, the outcome is going to be different. So the one thing that I would say not to copy is exactly what you see them say, because they're doing it for their reasons and not yours. And know that every body is different.
Wow, so beautifully explained. Let me ask you about this, because all the people that we are mentioning here that we are trying to steal the diets of are busy people and are really occupied, whether it's athletes or celebrities. Gruesome work hours is what they're navigating through. How do you adapt elite diets for busy work days?
So I would say the focus should be your macronutrient composition of your plate. So it's as simple and basic. I said, we do have the tendency to overcomplicate things, but here I'm going to say the same old thing is simplify things. Your plate should look like a rainbow. Eat your fruits, eat your vegetables.
Or an Indradhanush, your favorite word.
Yeah. Understand what your carb sources. Get educated about what does rice do for you. How much protein your plate should have, how much fiber you need to have. Know that fiber is very essential for you to have if you're having protein or if you're on a high protein diet. Understanding that none of these things are your enemy, nor is fat your enemy. If you're a woman, fat is essential. Good fats is what runs and makes our hormones. So understanding that your plate needs to have every macronutrient, and once you get that right, you'll be okay to you'll be okay to survive anywhere that you are.
Wow, thanks for putting it together that way. I would actually like to ask you about something that you just mentioned. You mentioned macronutrients and micronutrients.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are using supplements in both the aspects to ensure that everything is in check. Are supplements overrated according to you?
Not at all. I don't think supplements are overrated, and I keep saying it that they are still supplements. They don't replace food. They help you fill in gaps. So whatever supplements you're taking, if you're taking it under guidance, if you're taking it looking at your biomarkers, your blood reports, and then you're supplementing them, they are essential and they can only help you, but they have to work alongside food. You can't cut out food and think that supplements are going to do that job for you.
What does a realistic fit plate look like? Because you just mentioned that it should look like a rainbow.
Yeah.
But if we were to talk about the ratio of fats, proteins, carbs, fibers, and everything under the sun,
Yeah.
what would it be like?
I would say the hand rule. I mean, like knowing that your protein should be the size of your fist, your carbs should be this size.
Oh, wow.
Your fat should be this size. So and fiber. Honestly, I have no quantity when it comes to fiber. You need to make sure your plate has the right amount of fiber, the right amount of protein, the right amount of carbs and fat, and understand that if you sit to follow a fad where you minus out a macro, it's not going to be sustainable. It's not going to help you long term. You're going to be depleted. You're going to feel a lot of like, how do I say, fatigue. And it's going to become the same old diet culture. And that's what I want to try to reverse, that you can still achieve all of this by being sustainable and by keeping things realistic and sustainable. And consistency beats everything. So just know how to make your plate.
Absolutely. Consistency is what we spoke about. And that brings me to the next question, because it's about meal timings.
Yeah.
Well, we've spoken about how important it is for athletes to have the right kind of food at the right time. How important is meal timing for non-athletes?
I mean, it is important, but I mean, of course, eating at the right time and eating according to the circadian rhythm is important, but I wouldn't emphasize too much on it. Also, as I said, it largely depends on your how your day looks like. If you ask me, I do believe that you should eat with the sun. When the sun rises, your digestive fire is high, so you can digest better. And when the sun is setting, you try to switch off your own body as well. But again, it all depends. If you're running a night shift job, if you're someone who's a new parent and you're sleeping in late or you have long working hours, then I feel like you need to have that flexibility, because I can't expect you to eat your dinner at say 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. if you're sleeping at 12 or 1, because you're then going to go out to have like your binging night snack. Or so then I tell my clients that it's okay, eat at 8:39 if you're going to sleep at 12. So timing is important. It does help you set your circadian rhythm. It helps you balance your hormones, but it's not like my thumb rule as much as it is for an athlete.
Absolutely. And you just mentioned going out. Can you eat out and still stay fit? Is that possible?
I mean, that's my goal. If I happen to achieve it with my client, and I keep telling anyone who joins my program that I don't want you to come back to me after 6 months, is because that's what I want to teach you. I want to teach you that you can go out and still remain fit. You just need to know how to make your plate. So throughout our program and throughout, like anyone who joins, not an actor, we try to tell them that learn more about food when you're going out for a dinner, or share your meals with your friends, or stick to having only smaller plates or tapas. Make sure you get your veggies first, have a soup before so you fill your stomach in. So there are a lot of ways that you can biohack eating outside, because that's something that you have to live with when you're living in a metropolitan city, or with the lifestyle that we young generations tend to have. So yes, you can still be fit if you go out.
Sharing is caring, but not for others, also yourself. You can, of course, do portion control by sharing. That's such a great idea. Okay, so Nicole, it's been a pleasure talking to you. And this brings me to the last question. I'm a bit emotional right now.
So sweet.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm going to indulge into some emotional eating after this.
No.
Well, I want to ask you, what's the simplest change that you can make in your diet with the biggest impact?
Can I name 3?
Yes, please.
Okay. I mean, structured. Okay. I would say the first thing is knowing eating before you're starving. So don't get to any meal starving. So plan and structure yourself to a way that you get to your meal where you're okay. You're not going there because you're ravenously hungry. So that's one change. The second would be distributing your protein requirements throughout the day. I mean, with all my experience, I've come to realize that as an Indian diet, we focus a lot on like protein at the end part of our day. But you'll see our breakfast is carb heavy, our lunch is carb heavy, and then we try to compensate, saying that dinner mein I'm having chila or I'm having just this. But like your blood sugar spike throughout the day has not been consistent. So I would say make sure that you add protein and fiber to every meal. And third one being the best, which is sleep.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so nothing can take away from sleep. Sleep is how your organs repair, how your body detoxifies. There's no detox juice that can fix your body. Sleep can, because sleep is the only time where your liver is working hard to detoxify and to replenish whatever it needs to do. So if you don't allow, and if you don't sleep at that particular time, and if you don't allow your body to do that, you could do anything. You could be training really hard. You could be eating the best food, but none of that is going to work.
Well, what's going to work is Nicole's advice, and thank you so much for all of it. Before we end the final episode, Nicole, please go and check out all the 3 episodes, the 3 prior episodes of the Health Hustle Season 2. We've listed it in the description. And please go and follow Nicole. Nicole, what's your Instagram ID?
My Instagram ID is Nicole Linhares Kedia, and I'll be happy to help you with any sort of queries that you have.
Well, thank you so much, Nicole.
You're most welcome.
It's been a pleasure talking to you, and you're a goldmine of knowledge, and it was such a pleasure picking your brains in this very edition, this very season of the Health Hustle, where we make your health worries hassle-free. Subscribe to Radio 1 International, and please shower Nicole's DMs with love.
Thank you.
And please follow her wonderful content. And also big shout out to Karishma and Gunjan, and of course Yash and Akriti from our team, and Jyotika, of course, our content head, and Ainish. Yes, all the people that we're going to be thanking.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much,
Thank
folks.
you.
And thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Bhaarat. Bye.
94.3 Radio 1.